Today we're going to look at example 2 of area between two curves with respect to y. So when you look at this equation, it's not going to be in terms of x, it's going to be in terms of y. It says determine the area between f of y equals y squared and the y-axis on the interval -2 to 2. Now, since the equation's already in terms of y, this interval also is going to be in terms of y. So the first thing we're going to do is set our relations equal to each other as we did before. Now the thing is, it's between f of y equals y squared and the y-axis. The y-axis is x equals 0, okay? So basically what that means is we're going to set y squared equal to 0. All right, you can think, it's kind of weird, you could think of f of y as x. Okay, so the first equation is x equals y squared. The second one is x equals 0. Again, it's the reverse. Instead of y depending on x, in this case x depends on y. So we're going to set y squared equal to 0. We're going to solve for y. Of course, if you take the square root of both sides, you get plus or minus 0, which is silly. It's just 0. So that's where these two graphs cross. Okay. Now, I'm not going to look at the graph of this until the end, because I want you to get used to solving this without having to see it, which is, as long as you follow these steps, you'll be good to go. Step 3, determine the intervals of integration. So, if you read the original question, it says that we're going from -2 to 2. So that means that we need to stop that in the middle. It's going to be broken up by 0, so we'll have two integrals this time. It's going to go from -2 to 0 and from 0 to -2. All right, that leads us to our next step, which is to set up the integrals, one minus the other for each. It won't really matter as long as you take the absolute value of both. Okay, however, we know that y squared is going to be bigger than 0 from -2 to 0, and probably going to be the case for the other one, but again, you could write it as either one as long as you put the absolute value bars around it. And we'll see what happens as long as you do the steps right. Again, it won't matter which one is your upper and lower limit, or lower function rather. All right, so simplify each integral. Well, you could pull the negative out from the second one and then just tack it on to the end. It really won't matter. Or you can leave it and just take the antiderivative of that. Step 6 is to determine the definite integral. So the first one's going to be 1/3 x cubed using the reverse power rule. The second one's going to be -1/3. Did I say x cubed? 1/3 y cubed. The second one's going to be -1/3 y cubed because it was -y squared. And first limits are -2 to 0. The second one's from 0 to 2. So we're just going to do some algebra, plugging in these limits, figuring out what the definite integral of each of these shapes is. For the first one, I get 8/3, and for the second one, I get -8/3. But again, as long as you take the absolute value, that will give you the area between two curves. The area between two curves should never be negative, okay? It's kind of like distance. It's always positive. All right, so step 7, take the absolute value of each. I'm going to take the absolute value of 8/3 and absolute value of -8/3, add them together, and you get 16/3. Which as a decimal, just for conceptual reasons, is 5.3, repeating. Okay, so, you might be thinking, well, why did you set this up? Why did you do y squared minus 0 for the first and 0 minus y squared? Just to illustrate the fact that one's going to be positive and one's going to be negative. Just as long as you take the absolute value bar, it won't matter which one you choose, okay? Now, if you were to do this, you would just go with either y squared minus 0 for both or 0 minus y squared for both. But it really won't matter, like I said, as long as you take the absolute value, because it's just the basically negative version of the other one. All right, so we found the area between these two curves to be 5.3 repeating. Let's see what that looks like on the graph. All right, so here we have our graph. Let's go ahead and take the shaded region out for a second. Here is our x equals y squared. Obviously, it's going to be a sideways parabola. Here's the y-axis, or x equals 0. We want to find the area between these two from -2 to 2. So again, our limits are in terms of y this time. And we can see that we have this first shaded region, which we found to be 8/3. And then the second shaded region, we got negative because we did 0 minus y squared. So this minus this, which is going to give us negative, right? Negative 8/3. But if you make it positive, it won't matter. And if you add these two areas up, 8/3 plus 8/3, you get 16/3, which is the area between these two curves with respect to y. If you have any other questions about this example, let me know.